is more important than kicking. Yuchoku-sensei said so, and I think so too. It would be wrong to think that Okinawan karate in general, and Kyudokan specifically, are so easy in their form. The ability to fight correctly is first of all about mastering your body, possessing an arsenal of techniques, and practicing the little things, because, as the tradition has it, there is nothing little in a fight. Unlike many other styles of Shorin-ryu, Kyudokan has a lot of circular techniques originating from Goju-ryu, a style whose founder, Master Chojun Miyagi, trained Yu Tokuhiga. Kyudokan has nothing against sharing and learning from other martial arts. Masters say that you cannot stand still, only constant learning and search for new can provide constant development. Interesting thing is that historically, the name Shorin-ryu, which Kyudokan is part of, is written just like the famous Shaolin Monastery, the legendary cradle of traditional Oriental combat systems. Was it accidental or not, but watching the classes in Hombu Dojo, you realize that you moved centuries back to the time when martial arts were part of real life and had a very distinct purpose: to stand for yourself. Minimum movements, maximum results. It would be a mistake to think that the bigger the arsenal of the master, the better his karate becomes. But what have you got to do if you don't live on Okinawa? What principles do you have to observe in order not to let a dangerous and powerful martial art turn into a paper tiger? Is it sufficient to exhaust oneself with numerous repetitions of movements and thousands of strikes? Will the practical karate be a heritage of decades of sanguinary labor and experience obtained by sweat and blood in Okinawan dojos?
基本的には沖縄からって動作が小さいですよね。
Difficult question. You could say that in Okinawan karate, all movements have a small amplitude, no excesses. For example, a block protects only the body, not the sides. All movements are like this, no big movements. The movements are small and built around the center of gravity, tanden. Nothing like that. From our point of view, big swings are pointless, same as when you hit. Not even this tad bigger. The movement is tiny. You make the block or the strike from the position your hand is now. So the movements are short, done with your loins. Loins, loins, loins. If you don't practice with that way of thinking, it would be hard to understand Okinawan karate. If a person knows nothing about the karate principles, then the least he should think of is the movements protecting only the body. Don't put a block where there is nothing to protect. You will get confused and waste energy.
体を守るだけの動作、受けも、転身も。このスキル、待ってこれですね。今度は。
So what is this fighting aspect in Kyudokan? As all traditional schools, Shorin-ryu Karate-do Kyudokan was created not for sport competitions, but for self-defense in the street. The main thing is to intercept the initiative. If you have the initiative, you have the opponent, and eventually victory. Distance. The closer you are to the opponent, the more concentrated your actions are, the less noticeable, and the more dangerous they are for the attacker. Remember, the source of your power is your center of gravity. The shortest distance to the goal is a straight line. Make your attack your defense. Be brave and decisive in your actions. Speed and precision are guarantee of your success. Martial arts are a set of potentially dangerous techniques to quickly stop the enemy, causing him grave damage. Those are the techniques that left the modern karate, but they still live in Okinawan schools.
やっぱし戦国時代とは違う。
Sure, modern times are different from the age of warring states, and there is no need to fight every day. So the only application for karate is your personal growth. This is the knowledge of karate application that you need to go to practice with. Practicing for battles and practicing for something else is not the same thing. You have to ask yourself also, what would I like to become practicing karate? I would like to become stronger, etc. I think you have to practice with a specific goal, then you will progress. Speaking in general, I think there is no actual combat karate. Even styles that call themselves real karate have rules, and in reality there are no rules. So those real kinds of karate are more like competition karate. I am not an expert in this, but I still think that karate is not for real use. If we talk about real, there are other sports very strong besides karate, for example wrestling, where there are many strong people. I'm not even sure will a karate fighter win against such an opponent. So I think that karate is first of all hardening your body and spirit. Reality has other needs, to strike in the eyes, bite the nose and other things. Because there are no rules, and any real existing karate has rules. For quiet and tranquil Okinawa, the question whether karate is a martial art or just a physical cultural heritage like dance or music is basically not important. But for foreigners, the word karate is connected with, albeit theoretical, but still a capacity to use those skills in self-defense. One should also remember about the spirit of the martial arts celebrated in numerous books and films, which are often the first cause to start looking for a karate school. But seeing the true methods of karate, which are somewhat slow and subtle, the newbies get pretty much disappointed and often leave the dojo looking for more understandable ways for perfection. But such laconic way of teaching is the true essence of Okinawa karate as a cultural heritage. Spiritual development goes through physical improvement following the norms of the Japanese society and general teaching culture. You don't always blindly follow a dogma. You are to have a flexible, quick mind and a large experience to feel confident in any situation. Such form of teaching, mysterious and shrouded by many myths and legends, is what kata is. Kata translates as a casting form. According to many opinions, kata is the real treasure trove and the ABC of karate. It is hard to say if it's true or false, but one thing is for sure. Kata is the necessary and important part of the Kyudokan system that lets you better understand yourself and your abilities and try to unscramble the knowledge handed down from generation to generation. Every student has to improve their kata through internal work, letting the rhythm, plastics and force of every element pass through them. And doing so in your own country requires competent, knowing teachers, who are not many in Kyudokan. But no one is rushing for cheap popularity and numbers in Kyudokan dojo. People come here once and for all. A lot of foreigners coming to Hombu for classes that are not bypassers or sport tourists who come once in several years. They are constant and credit students of Minoru Higa, whatever their age, social status and position is. You don't look for excuses in Kyudokan. It is love forever. Love for labor, love and respect for the people around you, love for the culture that created this unique school.
いや、外国人の弱点っていうより
It doesn't matter whether a karateka is Japanese or a foreigner. The difference is not about nationalities, but personalities. Weakness can be found everywhere. I, for one, see a growing enthusiasm for karate classes among foreigners. It could seem that the people are the same, but Okinawans are not anything special physically, and foreigners are usually bigger and physically stronger, and their karate is stronger, so Okinawans have to practice at the top of their capabilities to match foreign students. Japanese are not evolving like foreigners, so the enthusiasm for class is different with the Okinawans and foreigners. Japanese may work hard, but again, foreigners are much more diligent, and this is their advantage. This is why I take foreigners, and my students are happy when they come. We practice together, an international exchange of experience and knowledge takes place. It's not just a class. Everybody is talking to each other, also in English and Spanish. You get an opportunity to see the big foreigners, the way they practice with strength. It is also part of the training. I think it is useful to watch different people. The students are happy, and that makes me happy. If the students told me they didn't want foreigners to practice with them, I might as well not take